What's up with it, man? Polo Sports Talking ENT. Here again with another one. Be sure to hit that like button. Uh, hit the subscribe if you're not a member of the channel, and also hit them notifications too, so that you're able to get each and every one of my videos. Okay, now the Bucks are up right now against the Nets, 77 to 66, and Giannis already got uh, 20 points, 20 and 11 right now. Just absolutely coming in, making a statement though, but I'm just keeping you up to date as to what's popping right now on opening night of the NBA. Um, Aside from that, though, I got to talk about what Isaiah Thomas has said in regards to the uh, the top 50, and he had basically said that uh, you know he basically came out on record and stated that he was the only top 50 player to win back-to-back championships without a top 50 player as his teammate. As you know, the Detroit Pistons, they had won back-to-back in '89 and '90, uh, and to his credit, he did beat he beat Magic Johnson, he beat Clyde Drexler in the NBA Finals. But see what people had to point out. They absolutely flamed him on Twitter. Uh, you know, as much as I like Isaiah Thomas, because I do have my Isaiah Thomas as my starting point guard of all time. You say what you want. I know that people can't fathom with the idea of that, but that's who I have. Um, it's for a number of reasons. Uh, and listen, it's no knock to Magic, but in this instance, man, Isaiah Thomas, you know, he I'm gonna just be real, man. He's capping, because Kobe Bryant in '09 and '09 and 10, he was without a uh, a, a superstar, but we have to understand that during that time, Kobe Bryant wasn't he wasn't a member of the NBA's 50 greatest players. Uh, I think maybe he's referring back to when the 50 players, when the 50 players was made in '96, you know, and that's what he meant. Uh, but if of course if you're talking about now, then of course, yeah, he would be straight capping. And a lot of people are not even paying attention to that list of the 50 players, because I'm talking about this now because they done came out with the top 75, being that it's the 75th anniversary of the league. Um, you know, I always saw Joe Dumars as a as one of the a great player. He may have not been like the superstar per se, but Joe Dumars did brought a lot to that squad, and being that he was in the backcourt with Zeke, and especially what Joe Dumars did on the defensive end. There were, and a lot of people don't understand that Joe Dumars won a Finals MVP. He won a Finals MVP. That's something that you can never take away from him. But he got slammed on Twitter about it. And of course, he had to clarify himself. Basically saying that you know, um, he was the only one without a superstar. And I know that a lot of people they talk about Dennis Rodman. Uh, he won Defensive Player of the Year back to back during those times. In the in the Pistons area, it was in 80, 89, and 90, or I think it was 90, 91, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was 89, 90, if I'm not mistaken. But nevertheless, he still won it. And but back then, a lot of people weren't ready to put Isaiah Thomas in that. I'm sorry about that. Dennis Rodman in that category, as far as Hall of Fame was concerned. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, and um, give me 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm doing something right quick. I'm having some technical issues with my phone. Um, and no, he. I'm sorry about that. Uh, who had asked that question? Larry Twitterbird. He wasn't on there. No, I'm still here, Larry. I was I told you I was having some technical issues, but he wasn't on the top 50 list originally in 1996. He wasn't on there. Uh, and you see, he wasn't considered a superstar. The only Pistons that were on there was was it was Isaiah Thomas. That was the only Piston that was on there. Now he's gonna be on there without no doubt in my mind with this 75 that's coming up. But it was highway robbery that he wasn't on there. But you got to think about it. Um, there were a lot of people that didn't make the cut during that time. Dominique Wilkins, he didn't make the list. Dominique Wilkins wasn't on there, and he should have by far been on there. You know, um, he should have been on there. And the thing about it that a lot of people were tripping on about the human highlight not being on there was that at one point, and I was talking to Two Raw about this too. He led the league in scoring in '85 and '86 when Bird was in his prime, Magic was in his prime, and Jordan. Yeah, and Joe Dumars. A lot of people don't understand that. Joe, yeah. Salute to you, Dion. Uh, Joe Dumars. What? You ask Michael Jordan who gave him the most problems. He'll tell you right off the hand. It was Joe Dumars. And see, Joe Dumars didn't play dirty. That's what y'all have to understand. Joe Dumars played. He played superior defense by moving his feet, and of course, hand checking and all that was to some degree. But if you go and go look at Dumars, the way he played defense, you'll say he could have played defense in this era of basketball, and that's a fact. Joe Dumars was incredible on defense. Don't get me wrong, he could score too. He could score too, but he was known for his defense, especially on Jordan during that time. But no, he wasn't top 50. And like you said, neither was Reggie Miller, which uh I don't I feel like Reggie Miller should have been on that list too. But Isaiah Thomas, man, he was referring to the 96 list. Now we got to update it because there's been so many great players to come at this point in time. Yeah, and people forget about Alex English, Theo B. I like Alex English. Believe it or not, Theo B. I like Adrian Dantley. You know, if you want to know about Adrian Dantley, go talk to that boy. Shout out to LVZ NBA Talk. Go subscribe to his channel too. If you're not sub to LVZ, he'll tell you about all those guys. Alex English, Adrian Dantley. Man, these guys could score. Dominique Wilkins. There were a lot of guys, man, that could really truly score. Man, Vinny Johnson was an elite scorer, man. I mean, the microwave. Yeah, I know some people don't look at him like that and everything, and maybe he wasn't a superstar or nothing like that. But man, that dude can score. That dude could score. Like lights out. That's why they called him the microwave. Just instant offense. Yeah, DJ was left off of there. Yeah, and he's got a Finals MVP. got a Finals MVP, man, with Seattle. But he was, when you see Theo B, the thing about it is like back then, when you talk about a point guard or you talk about defensive players and everything, it wasn't like a, a pretty position to be noticeable and everything like that. If you played defense was of the norm, and if you played it at the highest order, then you would definitely get recognized. But for the most part, everybody played defense. Like that's why, like if you said, "Oh yeah, he's a great two-way player," you were talking about a lot of players in the league back then. But DJ was known for his defense. He could have did all of that stuff, scoring and all that other stuff, but he played the point guard position like it was actually supposed to be played. And see, I don't know about y'all, but what I was taught, like the point guard that I played with coming up, oh, they were elite defenders. They had extremely quick feet, and you weren't gonna just get by them. And if you did get by them, and you tried to back them down or something like that, they were very scrappy. It wasn't gonna be an easy task by any means. Yeah, Bernard King. You see, it was a whole hell of a lot of players, that could really do justice back then. Yeah, I know, and because of the steals, which what's it called, eventually ended up taking John Stockton, but Maurice Cheeks, yeah, shout out to the Sixers. But see, they got it's hard to beat Hal Greer because Hal Greer is the all-time leading scorer for the Sixers. It's hard to beat that out when you talk about a guy like Hal Greer. And see, that's another thing, Theo B. All these guys they talk about, yeah, well, man, I'm a Warriors fan, or man, I'm a such and such fan. Well, if you're such a, did you know, if you are a Warriors fan, you could be a Philly fan. If you're a Warriors fan, you could be a Philly fan. If you're a Lakers fan, you could be a Minnesota Timberwolves fan. Yeah, it's just so many, like, people come out. Oh yeah, yeah, man, I'm a such and such fan, and man, he listen, Shaq was a dominant force during his time, but like he may have had more accolades, but in terms of just overall skill, and because I just looked at Wilt on a level of film and stuff like that, from back in the day. But I've seen Shaq play and stuff. Shaq was dominant, but Wilt, a lot of people don't understand that an argument could be made that Wilt was dominant too. Uh, that's why, like, I always, if you talk about a Wilt fan, the guy that knows the big man the most, in my opinion, that knows a lot about that era, is my guy Too Raw for TV, or Too Raw for Sports. Go sub to his channel, and he gets in depth about Wilt Chamberlain. But Wilt Chamberlain, he's number 4 all time. Not I think Shaq is 9 or something like that. So that's not anything bad. You know what I'm saying? That's not anything bad. I mean, that's what they had on USA Today, but they were ranking peaks and all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? But in my opinion, do I think Shaq was better than Wilt talent wise? No, he might like he could have a, a argument in terms of uh dominance. But see, Shaq was pretty. A lot of people, Shaq had pretty good footwork when he was young too. He and Shaq could handle the rock on an occasion too, and take it coast to coast if he when he wanted to too. But see, back then they weren't letting the guys dribble like that. They wasn't no Jokic and all that uh, in the league like that. But I respect the hell out of Wilt. And see, the only reason I started watching Wilt and paying attention to him is because there was a video. It was called Hoops Bloopers. It was an old video, man. And yeah, he could do that. But see, the edge that Wilt had on Shaq was longevity and health. Wilt took care of his body and was a freakish athlete and extremely strong and could play. He played multiple sports. I think Wilt was playing. He was in track and field. He was in uh, uh, volleyball. I mean, the guy did everything. But in my opinion, like Wilt had him on longevity because he took care of his body. He took care of his body, man. Absolutely. Moses Malone, man. Like he was a rebounding force. Shout out to, Moses because he brought a title to Philly. He brought a title to Philly, man. One of the best. Some people consider him the best offensive rebounder in history. Some people argue with that with him and Wes Unseld, but RIP to both of them. Yeah, he was, and a lot of people don't understand. See, like the ABA, I'm glad you mentioned that, Larry. A lot of people forget the ABA careers of some of these guys. Like, when you look at Dr. J and you look at him in the NBA, you're like, oh man, that guy wasn't all that and all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? But you would have to go back to the ABA days to go really look at that guy and really be like, oh, okay, now I see what you're saying. And it's sort of like some of these guys that they'll look at guys that got older, like somebody had mentioned Ray Allen, and they're like, oh man, Ray Allen, man, that's all he does is shoot jumpers and all that other stuff. But earlier in Ray Allen's career, man, he was a slasher, especially when he was in college at UConn and stuff like that. He was Jesus Shuttlesworth. Like, and he got game. That's how he really played. But as you get older, your game changes and everything. Some of these guys they change their game. Sort of like Rip Hamilton. I don't. You know that list, man. The 75, man. It's a tricky one, but There's some players that's gonna be on there that a lot of people aren't gonna necessarily agree with. You know, they're not gonna agree with it. And right now, the uh the Bucks are up on the Nets 97-85, and they're getting ready to go into the fourth quarter. Uh right now, for people that doubted Giannis, he's got 25 and 12 to start off. He's picking up where he left off. Can't forget about Middleton, 18 and 4, well balanced scoring. Got Holiday with 12. Uh, and then also for the Nets, Kevin Durant giving them work and Harden. They both got dubs. Kevin Durant got an all around game, and Patty Mills is doing his thing too. He's got 18, but they're still out of the game or whatever. But it's early in the season, y'all. Man, we can't sit up here and be like, oh, they trash, they losing, no, this other, no. It's early in the season. It's just one game, but all the people are really waiting for the Lakers. They're ready to see the Lakers play. Listen, if you're expecting the Lakers to come out and just be dominant and uh everything gonna happen all in the first month and first 2 months, stop it, man. They got to go through some of the bad stuff too. You know. Yeah, probably. Yeah, I'm gonna. It's just gonna be for a little bit, Jersey, because I got to go in the house, man. Just for a little bit. I'll let you in there though. I'm not gonna be in. You should have got up in here earlier, man. There you go. The link is there, man. If you're trying to get in. If you were trying to get in, go ahead, get in, man. Other than that, I'm about to shut it down in just a second. I just really just wanted to talk about this Isaiah Thomas ordeal. But see, another thing is too that I think is brought up and that a lot of people don't really take into consideration, man, is that is a lot of these guys that are playing now, they they see them more as celebrities and or whatnot. They don't really see them as actual basketball players like they did in the 80s or even the 90s. They look at them as just celebrities instead of actually looking at the actual game, and so then they judge them based on popularity, like it's a popularity contest. And to me, I think that that's so unfair. Like a guy like Giannis, he's not here to be a celebrity. He's not here to be, somebody famous or anything like that. No, he's here to win championships.
You need to go watch the Lakers, man.
You said what, Jersey?
Go watch the GOAT, man. 10
Who
o'clock. Man. Can you hear me?
who is the GOAT?
Ron, man.
Here we go.
Don't play with
Come
me,
on, man.
Polo.
We haven't even started the season yet, and then on top of that, he's not the best player in the league at this point in time. It's Giannis. He's got the chip, right?
Yeah, I can give you that. This another
Yeah,
thing.
exactly.
Yo, who you think gonna have a better career, Giannis or KD?
Giannis, he already has a better career.
Thank you.
Besides,
Thank you.
hold on. Besides, hold on, Jersey. You already ready to fire off. Look at him. The NBA is back. He ready to eat
He's
motherfuckers
ready.
alive. But hold on,
He's
you
ready.
asked me a question. Let me get it out. Listen, first and foremost, man. Okay, KD, he's got the edge in the rings, but Giannis has the Finals MVP. Giannis got 2 Defensive Player of the Year awards. Giannis got 2 MVPs. Giannis got how many all defensive teams as well? And on top of that, man, you got to take into consideration he's done something that a handful of players haven't done, which is win Defensive Player and MVP in the same season. Go ahead,
Oh,
man.
yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like,
and listen, Jersey, I throw this on you. The only other players to do that was Hakeem Olajuwon, David Robinson, and Hakeem the Dream Olajuwon.
that's why I like having these combos with you. You're a historian, man. You be knowing your shit, man.
Well, I'm not you know your shit too, and y'all go subscribe to Jersey Deep too. I gotta talk to your ass about something else though, Jersey Deep. Hey, now I know you know. Now this is Jersey Deep shit. I gotta talk to you while I got your ass right now because you be on the move. BMF, BMF. Okay, I'm gonna say that right there. You know a lot about BMF, right?
I know a little bit.
Okay, they, from what I know, BMF was heavy. They was heavy everywhere, but um I saw the interview that was taking place with Sosa, the guy. He got interviewed by Vlad, and then I was looking some other stuff or whatever. But they were heavy on the East Coast, from my understanding. Because I know they were in Detroit, but they were heavy because because of what they were doing in Atlanta, and then Atlanta. I mean, they were everywhere, man. Tell me what you know, because I heard some stuff. I'm not gonna
Bro,
say it. I'll probably get it on your channel.
them niggas used to be at the parties out doing the rappers and the clubs out doing they come to all the clubs out doing the rappers and shit, man.
Right,
They was buying all the bottles out, had all the chicks throwing all the money around. There was
mhm,
times Puffy and the motherfuckers looking at them like, damn, these niggas done bought the bar out.
right,
That's how they
right.
started getting mad popular and shit. Like they was doing crazy shit, flying helicopters to the club and all types of crazy dumb shit.
Have you seen the show yet? BMF, the actual series. Have
I've
you?
seen like 2 episodes.
Okay, yeah, that third one was crazy. Um, yeah, I've been on that right there because there's been a lot of Blue Da Vinci. The reason why I'm talking to you about this is because Blue Da Vinci had came out. You saw, and he was like he got some feelings about it, and he basically threatened them and was saying like, look, if my name is mentioned in the wrong way and all this other stuff, he said he's coming to see him. What you think about that, man?
I think he's fucking crazy and he's dumb because now all he gonna do, you got to remember who's pulling the strings behind this shit is 50 Cent. So
Hmm.
50's gonna do something to fucking press his buttons just to get social media buzzing. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
50 smart. He gonna use what Blue Da Vinci said against him to get a buzz. That's what 50
Right,
does. It's coming, trust me, bro. And then he like Blue Da Vinci, man, he get his fucking face smacked off. You like, come on, he ain't about that life.
right. And see, that's what I had to ask you because um I heard it the other way around. And look, you already know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna save it for your channel. You know what I'm saying? But Jersey Deep knows what I'm talking about. The whole stigma behind Blue Da Vinci. Listen, I used to like his music, but see, what's his name? I forget the rapper's name. He out in California. He was on MREC and had an interview with them, and he was saying some stuff about Blue Da Vinci and stuff, and that's why I wanted to ask you if you were on it and stuff because I forget that motherfucker's name. He out on the West Coast. He's a West Coast cat.
Niggas say that nigga don't be moving right, man.
Yeah, yeah, and
So
and and I saw the live and all this other stuff, and I was like, man, you just sound like an angry guy, man, is just not getting no props and everything like that, man. If you say, I mean, Big Meech did a lot, and don't get me wrong, Southwest T was in there too. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, come on, man. They look at
niggas want,
Blue Da Vinci like a
niggas
front
want
runner.
credit for roles they didn't have, man. People think they positions that they be doing, they people be
Hmm.
thinking they bigger than what they is, man.
Hmm.
He think he bigger than he think he played a bigger role than what he did. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But when the streets ain't really fucking with you, niggas
Hmm.
ain't really trying to hold you to no kind of status. Especially when you're not Alpo. You know what I'm saying? Your name wasn't ringing no bells.
Right. Right.
You
Yeah.
was always a little nigga on the totem pole, like this shit ain't about you.
Hmm. Yeah. That and see, that's why I had to ask you about it because you know, I listen. They used to come through Texas all the time. Like like yeah, that was the norm. Matter of fact, in the interview, they told Meech to come to Texas as opposed to going to Atlanta, but until he actually had got popped or whatever, you know what I'm saying. But that's how frequently they were out here and stuff. But never got a chance to meet them guys. But I knew some guys that had actually met them guys and had partied on. My cousin was in the rap game and stuff like that, so he had told me a lot that was going on and stuff. But I was like, man, let me ask this boy Jersey Deep if he had seen everything that Blue Da Vinci had
I
said
ain't
and
never
shit.
seen none of them niggas out like that, but I mean,
Hmm.
I know they was doing their thing out in New York.
Right, 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 right. Okay, now what did you have to say about hey, for those of y'all that don't know, that boy love his Lakers, man, and he like the LeBron. So a lot of people been talking shit about you know the starting lineup, and Russ
Yeah,
and all
yeah.
this other stuff. Russ, they trying to make him into a 3-pointer. I'm gonna ask this last question, man. I mean, do you think that they gonna get it together by the end of the season?
Yeah, man. I think this team is similar to what we saw in the Olympics. When the Olympic team went over to the Olympics, they wasn't all. It didn't look good at first. You know what I'm saying? But
Hmm.
by the end of the Olympics, they had put this shit together. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, we got veterans. When you got LeBron James and you got Anthony Davis, you're
Hmm.
getting to the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So everybody just have to play their roles around that and find out, yo, this is what my role is to help this team. And as the season goes along,
Hmm.
everybody's gonna just fit it. I mean, like everybody's gonna fit into their roles, man. We've seen Russell Westbrook with three different teams in like the last three seasons, right? And
Hmm.
he got every one of those teams to the playoffs, including the Wizards last year, and that team was straight garbage. You know what I'm saying? So he got it together with everybody. If he could get it together with James Harden and Paul George and Bradley Beal,
Hmm.
of course him, LeBron, Melo, AD, and the boys gonna get it together. The thing about our team is the second unit, man. It's not all
Hmm.
about the quarters this year. We got a good second unit.
Yeah, they got DeAndre Jordan starting. They got DeAndre Jordan and Kenneth Bazemore starting.
I mean, it's a due to injuries. I can understand the Bazemore thing,
Hmm.
and I guess I kind of can understand the DeAndre thing because it's like you get Dwight coming off the bench against you know what I'm saying the second unit. Dwight comes off with that energy, but I mean, I
And
also kind of
Melo.
that energy to start. But I mean, I think Dwight and AD coming out with the second unit, we're gonna be good, bro. And yo, getting Avery Bradley was such a big piece, bro.
Yeah, what did you think? You thought you think Avery Bradley gonna do some justice?
Bro, if that motherfucker can't do anything else, he can play defense, man. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So he gonna help us guarding Kyrie. He gonna help us guarding like Steph Curry, James, people like
Hmm.
that. He's a great defender. And then when we get Ariza back, we got Taylor Horton Tucker. You got some
Yeah.
guys that can guard the wings. That's gonna take pressure off of LeBron having to guard. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. Yeah.
See,
Well. Oh, go ahead. You got it, bro.
the thing is, last year everything was dependent on LeBron, AD. Man. It's not. It ain't that way this year. It's a whole different Lakers. This is going to be more like the 2022.
Yeah, if y'all motherfuckers is healthy. And then on top of that, man, we gotta understand, man, y'all got what's it called? AD. Listen, my only primary concern with y'all, like I said, it is the health. I'm not worried about Russ. I wish people would stop saying, okay, yeah, well, Russ is gonna be a basket case. Russ, they say they're gonna set Russ up for failure, all this other stuff. No, that's not gonna happen. Russ is gonna come out there. He's gonna play within the system. But what the other people got to realize too, that Frank Vocal implemented a new system and everything. You know what I'm saying? So they still got to figure things out. And this is another thing too, Jersey. Before I go ahead, let you go because I know you're busy too. But I'm gonna say this too before I get off. Listen, yeah, a lot of people got to give this thing time. If y'all Lakers fans is expecting this thing to come together like right away, within the first month, and yeah, it's not gonna happen. Y'all got to go. Y'all got to be battle tested, and y'all gonna have to go through some little bumps and bruises here and there.
Facts. My response to that is you got to remember in Miami, then they start like 9-8.
Hmm. Yeah, and they
And that
got
was
trashed by
LeBron,
the media.
25-year-old LeBron, 26-year-old. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be bumps and bruises, but then they also had like a 21 game win streak or some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
you're
that's a
going to
good
see.
point.
It's good to be battle tested during the season.
Hmm.
Just to run through the season and just be whooping people's asses, that's cool. But I mean, you got to have some points for like you battle tested, so you
Right.
know how you playing under pressure and shit. We gonna get tested, man, because we're gonna get everybody's best. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
But
yeah, yeah, man.
before we go, I just want to say one more thing. Giannis also just beat Kevin Durant tonight.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, look, I'm telling you, man. Gian, Giannis, man, is he's on a whole nother level. I mean, they still up 112 to 95, but Giannis, he got the jumper, coming along and stuff.
Did he
What
hit any threes tonight?
32? Huh?
Did he hit any threes tonight?
Uh, yeah, I think he did. I think he
Giannis
did.
is pretty much unguardable. The only person that can stop Giannis is Giannis, man. If he develops an outside shot, he's fucking unstoppable, man.
Yeah, listen, I don't need listen. Really, Giannis don't really even need to hit threes and none of that. As long as he decent from the mid range, man, and got and hitting them free throws, man, that makes it all better. He hitting the turnaround. He's hitting the jumper with like second nature because you see him struggling with it. But that's what separates him from the other players. You said, like I said, Milwaukee sent a message tonight to the NBA. Yeah, it's still early in the season, though, Lou. Hey, look, guys, I got to get up out of here, man. Jersey Deep, go subscribe to his channel at Jersey Deep or whatever, man. Always gonna bring you hip hop, gonna bring you sports, man. I mean, this dude is a Swiss Army knife when it comes to his channel, man. So definitely go check it out. It's hot. And then also Luda Ryder Sports, man. Another LDBC brother, man. Go check his channel out too. I appreciate everybody for pulling up. Luda Ryder, Don Lovato, man. Salute to you. And Larry Bird, Twitter, Theo B, all y'all, man. Until then, man, it's Polo Sports Talking ENT, man. I'm gonna get at y'all later. I'll salute to you, Jersey, one day, man.
Salute.
All right, bro.